We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreing Show!
On the foreign show.
Hey, friends and family, welcome to the show. Friday, 3 p.m., That Foreign Show.
And I'm Celestine Angel.
I'm Isaac Rakesh.
And we're here on ADR Networks.
Activating your senses. All right, we have a very special That Insider segment today for you guys.
Right.
It is all
things Mexican, because this month is Independence Day month.
Yes.
And we won't be screening next week. So we would like to give a few things.
Quite a few things we got lined up for Independence Day. First and foremost, Viva Mexico! Happy Independence Day in advance to one and all of you guys here watching That Foreign Show on ADR Networks. All right, first things first, we have a good friend of ours who has a bazaar that's going on at the Hotel Selena.
Right, to be clear, she doesn't have the bazaar. She's going to be at the bazaar.
Right.
She has a jewelry brand, locally owned. It's gold-plated. Okay, so basically, it's okay. Let me look at it properly so I can get it right. Basically, it's a jewelry brand that is 10%. Wait, let me just look.
Yeah, check that out, because she made it a point to make sure that we got this right. So we want to get it right for you guys.
Yes, it's gold-filled and gold-plated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a metal that is covered with 10% gold, and it's a Mexican brand, and she'll be at this pop-up bazaar, Mexicanitas, at Selena Hotel Centro Historical this Saturday from
12 to 7 p.m. All right, so in the afternoon.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, all the way till 7 p.m. Hotel Selena Mexicanitas Bazaar, and look out for her. Look out for her brand. It's called Moonshine.
Yes. If
Moonshine _ Go on Instagram. That's the name. That's the full name.
Arthur, if you could put up first the bazaar poster, and then we could also show the Instagram page.
All right, here we go.
No, sorry,
not this one.
Okay, well, anyway, since Arthur put up this one, this is the party that we are going to invite you to. That is going to be on Independence Day Eve. It's really exciting because it's right in downtown, so you're going to get to see all the fireworks and the activities while partying, and there's going to be mariachi, and then afterwards Afrobeats, hip hop, and all the music that you can get down with.
Let's get back to this, Arthur. Why don't we put up the other one first, the flyer,
Okay, wait, let me just show you which one is it.
and we will come back to this one. All right, the Mexicanitas Bazaar. All right, yeah. It's coming up at Hotel Selena. All right. So yeah. Anyway, so we want to get you guys down to go and check out this bazaar. Yes, this is the one right here. Thank you very much, Arthur.
So this is the bazaar. It's you can see all the information over here. And
9th
also
of September,
it's in Central. So
that's tomorrow.
Everything is in Central, basically. But this is tomorrow, and just now that event that we were talking about, that is on Independence Day Eve.
Yes. All right.
Right. So and then Moonshine Gold, it's right here as well. You can follow them, support a local brand, and it's go plated, go field, as said. So yeah.
We saw some of her pieces when she came down to our show, and she was wearing some of her pieces. And it looks really cool, really fly. So go check it out. Go check it out if you like that kind of, you like jewelry, you like dope stuff, gold plated.
Right. Yeah, and support a local brand, and like basically it's always fun to go to a bazaar. So if you're free tomorrow, just go down, take a look, and look out for Dalila, who's the owner of Moonshine Gold.
Big shout out to Dalila.
Okay. So now we can jump right into back to the
other one.
The dance party.
Yes.
Basically, Independence Day in Mexico, what we feel is that it's super exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, everybody's partying. It's like a real festive time. So it's really cool.
So this party that we're talking about is a pool party, all right? And it is hosted, of course, by...
Oh my God, yeah, it's a pool party.
It's a pool party, yeah. And it's hosted by Afro Max Rhythm, right? So go check out their Instagram page also.
Maybe after you could just put the Instagram page up instead. This one.
Yeah. Okay, so we've been at these parties. They are extremely fun, all right? Full of beautiful energy, beautiful people, all just wanting to have a good time. And it's the kind of party where, people are not just sitting around, everyone's involved, everyone's dancing, everyone's all up in everybody's faces, having a good time. There you go, Mexico Independence Day. Pool party celebration, yeah. All right, the dress code is green, white, and red. And no guesses why. Independence Day colors, that's the dress code. So white, green, red, if you have something like that, put it on, get into your Viva Mexico mode.
Yeah. And okay, so basically how to get the pre-sales, from what I heard from Michael, who's the owner of Afro Max Rhythms.
Big shout out to Michael.
They are not selling tickets at the door, so you need to do this in a different way. And all the information is right here on the Instagram page. So check it out.
Afro Max Rhythm.
Okay, actually here we have the information as well.
Yes,
you can
break it down for the people.
Send it by bank account. You can also do a bank deposits and then show your deposit reference at the tequila. So I think all the information should be on their page. If you can't find it, feel free to contact us at that Foreing Show, Instagram or Facebook, and we'll be very happy to send you all the information too.
Yes, because they made it a point to say no money exchange at the tequila, right? So you can do this beforehand.
Right now, we would like to tell you a little bit about our guest for today.
Yes,
it's a very special show we're going to have, because we have Johnny Indovina from Human Drama.
Yeah, the legendary band from LA, Human Drama. And he's going to be joining us in the studio live in just a few moments. In fact, he might be backstage right now.
Yeah, and he's here basically to promote his album called 10 Small Fractures.
Yeah, we want to get into it with him and to find out what the concept or what 10 Small Fractures is about, you know. And this is a gentleman who has been doing this. He's a legend. He's a legend. So we're going to get into it with him.
1985 or something like that, I saw. And yeah, we have a lot of questions for him. So like if you guys like, so this is also something for tomorrow. He actually has his showcase on tomorrow, September 9th, and the details I'm going to ask after to put it up as well. Okay, 1 second. Is this one?
10 Small Fractures, all right? That is the name of his project that he's dropping.
And his showcase is tomorrow.
His showcase is tomorrow also. And of course, one and all invited to his showcase. And he will be doing signatures as well, autographs. Right, there you go. Are we in focus? Right. I think we are. Yeah.
So
you can actually buy your album, the new album, right? From mixup.com.
Right. And the showcase is also in Mixup Loreto in San Angel. It's at 5 p.m.
So you can get a signature from Mr. Johnny if you're lucky, if you can get there on time, get in line and meet him. Yes. Mixup.com is where you can get the CD, the new CD drop.
I think it's a little bit blur. Right?
Are we in focus? I think we are. I think we're good.
Right.
Human Drummer, yes.
This is the album artwork.
Pretty dope.
You can see like it's 10 different pieces.
Looks like 10 pieces of the heart. Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See.
Actually looks like a heart with something with the rays shimmering out and broken into.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 small pieces.
Yeah. Definitely want to ask him about it, like what it means and all that.
Yes. And
let me check with his agent or promoter if he's backstage ready.
Yes. So, guys, if you have any questions or you wanna ask Johnny something, just drop us a message. All right. You can go to our Facebook page, That Foreign Show, Instagram as well, That Foreign Show. Drop us a message and we will convey the message to him.
Right.
Yes. And I was just looking at his discography, right? His discography is seriously something else, seriously impressive, right? I mean, I'm looking at just to list off some of his albums that he's done. First one being Hopes, Praise, and Dreams, an EP, RCA Records. That was 1988, right? Then you have Feel, 1989, The World Inside, Pinups, 1993, Human Drama EP dropped in 1994. Then we have Songs of Betrayal, which is kind of like a two-part series, a two-part drop, in 1995. All of these from XXX Records. And then another interesting one, 14,384 Days Later. That's the name of the album that was dropped in 1997.
Yeah, I like all the names.
Yes. You can tell that it's very, the subject matter is human drama.
Yeah.
Right? Human emotion and things like that.
Yeah, I was checking out the songs from 10 Small Fractures and all the names also. They're wait, let me just remember. Like one of them and it's called Dying Something. Wait, just let me check it out.
Yes, it's the latest one. Dying in a State of Splendor, I believe.
No, it's not. It's Dying. Oh yeah, Dying in a Moment of
In a Moment of Splendor.
Right.
Which is kind of like I mean, in my opinion, he's okay. Mr. Johnny is backstage. Here he is. And I only got through half. I didn't manage to get through all of his albums. That was only half.
Hi Johnny, we can't see you.
Can you hear us or see us? I think your camera is blacked out, bro.
Hear you either.
Okay, so this gives me some time to get through some of his other albums, all right? Solemn Sun Setting, 1999. And then we have one that was dropped in 2000. This one's for the Latin American kind of market, I believe, right? Momentos en el Tiempo. This is in the year 2000.
Oh wow! So it might have been in Spanish then, right?
Yeah, it might have been in Spanish. You could ask him about that. And In a Perfect World, Best of Human Drama. That one was also dropped in 2000. Cause and Effect was dropped in 2002. Moment in Time, 2005. Feel re-released. It's a re-release that was done by Triple X Records in 2008. So I see that he has worked, or he has been involved with a lot of different projects with different record labels. I want to ask him about that as well, like how he navigates that. The World Inside, it was a CD and DVD drop, all right? Also for the Latin America, 2010. And Sound of the Blue Heart. Beauty, question mark, check this out, look. Sound of the Blue Heart, Beauty, 2005.
We still can't
can you hear us?
See you or hear you.
Are you using a laptop? It might be better just use a laptop. Actually, a phone works too, right? Yeah.
Yes.
The last one we did with.
What is the positive? Okay, so
yes, we are waiting for our guests, ladies and gentlemen, and meanwhile, again, we want to invite you guys tomorrow if you're free. Go and check out the bazaar that's happening at Hotel Selena, right? And a big shout out to Moonshine Gold.
Okay, we are going to try to fix this.
Right.
So we're going to take a little break.
Yeah.
And we are going to try to get Johnny to be seen. So
I think you gotta scroll down and click that Enter Studio thing.
Enter Studio.
Yeah, because that's here we go. Here we go. Yes. Hey.
Hi, you guys.
Finally see you.
How's it going?
I could hear you the whole time, and my camera and my microphone were on. It just told me I was waiting backstage, but I could see me and everything. So anyway, nice to see you.
Okay, that's great.
Nice to see you. Very nice to see you. We have a lot of questions about your stuff, about your music.
Cool.
Yeah. And first of all,
you've been here for like maybe a week or a few days?
No, only about 3 days now.
Okay. Yeah. And you have been in Mexico before, right? Like a few times, right?
For about 28 years I've been coming, so.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
because I was telling my friends about you and they were like, yeah, he's coming and everything. Yeah. So yeah, and this guy that I was talking to, he's in the rock scene as well. So yeah, we definitely want to ask you questions about that.
Yes,
sure.
We were looking at your discography. It's like, whoa, seriously impressive. But okay, let me ask you this: are they supposed to be 10? Your new project is 10 Small Fractures, right?
Yes.
And your album artwork, are they supposed to be 10 small pieces of the human heart?
Yeah, of the human drama. We have a heart that's been our logo for many years, starting back in 1995. So I thought I would use that to symbolize the heart, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So let's jump right into like 10 Small Fractures. Like, what is that album supposed to be about? Like, what are you trying to translate to the audience?
Translating first to us. We always make the albums for a human drama for ourselves. And then we, of course, release it to the audience. And we always hope that they will understand and love it and make it a part of their collection. 10 Small Fractures is, there are 10 of our songs through our catalog of work that we felt really translated in a different way 30, 35 years later. We did a concert here at Salanesa back in 2019 where we did some arrangements just for an acoustic piano vocal concert. And after the concert, we felt, me and Mark Balderas, the pianist, that there was a whole different type of power, a whole different type of, almost like a nostalgic emotion coming from these songs that we felt really translated in this new arrangement. So we felt like this is our new album. Let's do it. Let's do this. And that's how it all happened.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's like basically these songs, I mean, when you played them, did you guys remix them, or was it like, were you playing it just the way it was?
Oh no, we did entire new arrangements, entirely new. Everyone is done with the same arrangement: piano, vocal, a muted bass, violin, flute, and a nylon string guitar.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yes, I saw that video on YouTube. Really cool visuals, like when each one of them, like when the flute person was going, and then you had the bass, and just visually, it just looked really, really cool. Yeah, you know,
it's human drama. 38 years after we began, it really is who we are now. God knows we've grown up. I mean, I was 30 or 31 years old when I wrote, I think it was Tears, which is on this album, and My Skin. So you're now. So it's it's a very, very different emotion that these songs have and feel.
Wow.
Great. So, I mean, this is good information because now we know that this album is a collection of all the significant songs that you have throughout. Yeah.
Well, so, 10 of them.
10 of them.
10 of them.
And like, what would you, so like, how would you say, how would you describe what human drama is really all about?
Well, you know, it was a title that when we chose it, it gave us the freedom to explore anything within the human being, whether it's something they feel, whether it's something they see, how it affects another person, how that affects you. It just gave us an umbrella, so to speak, of limitless. It's limitless because every day that we live, something different happens. And I get to pick and choose what moves me to write a song. So I feel it was the perfect title for my and our, as a band, artistic expression. Yes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like you're studying life at the same time, and then like, oh, your sound went off again.
Yeah, you got disconnected.
I'm not sure why.
We can't hear you.
Is your mute button on? Do you see?
We can't hear you, bro. Do you see the mute is?
See, there's like
Okay.
My apologies.
Okay.
I was getting 10 phone calls and messages.
Oh, right. Okay.
They thought that I was not here. So I apologize. Very frustrating because I'm here.
It's cool. So,
the human drama.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so
but yo, you must get that a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you were so busy. I mean,
yeah. And another great title would have been that fucking cell phone. That would have been another great title.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so interesting this thing that you were talking about. Like, what? Okay, let's take it back. Like to the first. I mean, I believe you said 31 years ago.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration to get into music in the first place?
I was walking down the street when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I was holding my radio. I was going from my little young girlfriend's house. I couldn't drive, and as I was walking, the FM station that I listened to played a song, and I heard the singer say, "Ground control to Major Tom," and I was like, "Ooh, this is different." And I heard the whole song. So when I got home, I called the radio station and I said, "Hey, can you play Ground Control to Major Tom again?" And they said, "Well, the song's called Space Oddity. It's by someone named David Bowie, and we'll play it for you in about an hour." And that was the moment in my life that I learned how music can make you feel. Really feel.
Wow.
It can change you in the moment that you hear it.
Wow. And you decided then that you wanted to get into this or get close to this.
I didn't decide in that moment, but it was that moment that started moving me away from all the other things that dominated my life, and I started exploring music. Because find David Bowie when you're that young, you find Lou Reed, and you find T-Rex, and you find Mott the Hoople, and then you find Genesis, and the list keeps going. So it just expanded into all these beautiful musicians that you didn't hear so much on commercial radio. And so I played football and baseball for about 5 more years, and then it was all about music.
Wow.
Right. Oh, so you were a sports person like before you did music.
Absolutely. My whole life was that.
Yeah, sports kind of like, it does. I mean, wow, there's so many things to ask you. Like, let me ask you this, like, from as a fellow musician as well. Like, when you were listening to this music or these bands, was it a guitar thing that attracted you? Was it okay,
melody?
So it's just melody,
melody and vibe. The vibe of what you were hearing, and the melody that came in. And I'll give you for instance, something that I believe both of you guys can relate to. There's a song by Peter Gabriel called Salisbury Hill. Right?
Yes.
What is the guitar doing in that song? What is the kick drum doing in that song? What it is climbing up on Salisbury Hill. There I saw the city lights. That's what you remember. So that is what was always my goal. I don't care what individually things are doing. Guitar, bass drum, doesn't matter. Collectively, how does it feel? And does it feel like the sentiment of the words?
Yeah, wow,
and that's my whole gig. That is my entire gig.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah. And so true, right? I mean, that's the reality of what it is, right?
Right. So can I ask you regarding tomorrow's showcase, what can your fans expect from the performance? Yeah, and you're doing a signing before or something like that?
probably sign some things afterwards.
Okay.
It's gonna be a short showcase that is pretty much the introduction of 10 Small Fractures. I expect that I'll want it to be a little conversational. I don't want it to be a big, it's not a huge concert. It is an intimate presentation of the new album, so that we can hopefully bring the people a little closer to it. And it's going to be a pleasure for me to be able to sing them for the first time to an audience.
Right. And like you said, you've been here like 20 over years, coming to Mexico and all that. So like, how has that relationship been? What's the reception of your music in Mexico?
The reception has been wonderful. The Mexican people have made me feel at home. They've made me feel very welcome. They've let me know how special our words and music of human drama has been to their life growing up. Some of them have let us know that they met their wife or husband because of the commonality of them both liking human drama. The Mexican people, your country, has allowed us the favor of being a part of your culture, of your art, music, and I've become friends and almost family with a lot of people here.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's kind of what we feel really about the Mexican people, and
I think they're very appreciative of
good
art.
Yeah.
And like I was wondering also about this particular genre of music that you do, alternative rock. Like that is something a lot of Mexican people resonate with, right? This genre of music, I would say. Do you think so?
You know, titles always bother me. Pretty much, if you're alternative rock, that means you don't have a hit on commercial radio.
Oh,
fuck that, man.
Yeah.
If you are unique, you have a chance to become important. If the commercial sponsors allow you to be on their precious commercial station, great. More people get to hear it. But if they don't, it does not make you less special. You are unique. So that's what alternative means. An alternative to Taylor Swift. Yeah, I guess we are. But I don't dictate that. You don't dictate that, you know.
The genre.
Yeah,
and an alternative could also mean that you're being progressive and pushing the sound, and right, like, you know, outside of what is the box.
That would be the positive to take from that. Yeah. So yeah.
I really like that.
One of the greatest, sorry to interrupt you, one of the greatest compliments that I've gotten, which in my business sense has been both a blessing and a curse, is that human drama doesn't sound like anyone else ever, and no one else ever has sounded like human drama. And that is so special to me. That is so important.
Yeah.
That is a great compliment,
I'm definitely very, very interested to know the history and how you guys broke into the market and everything like that. If you don't mind,
because looking at discography, I see that you've worked with numerous labels and you've done different kinds of album drops and stuff. So maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
Well, it's kind of called never stopping and always focusing on presenting something to an audience that you feel like they will take with them. And that was our approach from 1980 when we started as the Models. We believed in what we were doing. We knew we were learning our craft, but we felt like if we presented sincerely what we were about to an audience, that perhaps they would come back and see us again. And we did very well in New Orleans. We did very well in Texas. And then we decided we had to get out of the South. between New York and LA. We eventually chose LA, and it was perfect for our band because it was one of the greatest. 85 to 1992 or 3 was one of the greatest times in Los Angeles music history. So we just did the same thing, tried to grow as songwriters. The performances were always based on the songs. It was never contrived. We were always ourselves. And luckily enough, people listened.
Yeah.
Wow, can you tell us a bit about what it must have been like, or what the scene was like during the 85 to 92? You say it's like kind of like the golden era. What was it like there?
Like nothing you could ever imagine, or that we could imagine, or that we'll ever see again. The scene was comprised of many what we call headliner bands that rose into the scene where they headlined the big clubs. And none of those bands sounded like the other band. For instance, we had us headlining with another band called Community FK, which were huge. TSOL is on the bill. The Pandoras are.
Pandoras.
James Addiction headlines the next night. Red Hot Chili Peppers the next night. We're on the bill with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It goes on and on. It was absolutely unbelievable, and no one was trying to sound like the other guy. When we back in '87, when we opened for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, it was a perfect bill. No one cared that we were so different. We were both unique, and it worked. It worked.
So would you say, like, right now the sounds are trying to be more similar instead of, branching out to their own sound?
Do you think? I'll throw it back at you because you guys are younger than me, but it sounds like everyone who starts these days wants to emulate something that exists already. Am I correct?
Okay.
I think it's like kind of like a business thing, like they feel that if they don't do that, it might not work, and then they're not going to.
A security thing. Yeah. Kind of like, I mean,
that's one. Then another reason it also could be that they don't feel like they're doing it right, or something like. I mean, this is what my opinion. I think that's why this is going on.
Because, like I'll give you an example. Like, sorry to cut you off, but
no.
Just a personal example. Working with a new musician that I'm making some music for, and he wants a particular genre, and I'm like, sure. I make the beat, whatever. I send it to him, and he doesn't like it because it doesn't sound like what he thinks the genre should sound like.
He thinks it should be like exactly like Sean Paul, for example.
Yeah. So what were you going to say?
I would say that the first part of your guys' answer was really great, and that is, people are scared they're not going to make it. Oh my God. I never thought about making it one time.
Break it down for us, man. We got time.
Yeah, I never thought about having a hit, buying a lot of things, living up on the mountain, flying in a private jet, having a limousine with strippers in it, and I guess none of it ever entered my mind. I was not trying to make it. I was attempting to be the best artist, a valid artist, and that took a lot of work. If you are in it, if you're in it in this genre, in this music field, to try to make it, you should go be an architect, where if you do the work and you get really great at it, you will achieve success and financial gains. That is not the art world or the music world. Secondly, the second part, which I understand too, that you said, your friend didn't think it sounded enough like something else to be involved in that genre.
Right.
Sorry, man. If you're producing his record, then yes, you should try to give him what he wants as a producer. If you are part of the project, is part of your project, then I think inevitably it will fail because you're trying to be something. You can't try. You can't try.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's also this problem that nowadays when you submit a song, then they will ask you like what genres do you think that it belongs to, to label it. And like if the song is too experimental, they will say it doesn't fit anywhere.
But I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier, Johnny, like and it's such a powerful point that if it moves you, then that's what it should stop there, like right? Like if the track, and as musicians,
so that art can be free, right? So it can develop the way it should develop, and not everything just like as though you're just churning out, repetitions and copies and stuff. Yeah,
you make it right to you. Make it right to you. I make it right to me, and that's all I can do. And then I let it go. If you're trying to be something, it's why?
Can you talk to us a bit about your creation process? Like, do you have moments where you're kind of like, like it's not flowing, it's not. And how do you connect back with that kind of original space or get back to the original flavor?
Life is difficult, and there are a lot of things that get into your head that distract you, that change your mood, and you have to fight all of that, and you have to allow yourself to feel in a pure way. You have to listen, you have to look, you have to pay attention to other people, what they're saying, what they're feeling. And sometimes it is just there. And it is time to find that melody for these words, or time to find these words for this melody that's making you feel, something at the moment. But a lot of things distract us from that. And it's all about a war of attrition as an artist. You have to get up and be the best version of yourself that you can be every day, and take the losses with the victories. If you are in a dry period, it is not because you simply don't want to write anymore. It's because something is preventing you from opening up and paying attention. Maybe it's financial. You can't pay your rent. That'll stop you from writing a song. You need to pay rent. Your car breaks down. I'm not writing a song that day. So you have to do your best to fight that war of attrition with this very difficult life that we get as human beings.
It's interesting you use the word fight, because it's almost like you have to go all in, right? Like, and attack it with everything that you have. Wow.
If you have anything else to fall back on, you will fall back on it. Be careful of having something to fall back on, because you will.
Right. So our show, that foreign show, is usually we would talk to all the foreigners that are here in Mexico and ask them topics on on growth, like how they have grown being here in Mexico and their impression of life here and stuff like that. So for you, that has someone that has been coming a lot, I think it's interesting to also get your take on what do you feel Mexico is like in general.
And not just now, but also over the years, because
Well, I think I spotted everything pretty quickly. The love for the arts being the the main thing that drew me in. The listeners at our concerts listen in a different way than any place I've ever been. The words are so important. So of course that really attracted me. As I slowly came back year after year, I love the culture. I love the family values. I love the belief in God. I love that women will live with their mothers and fathers until they're 27, 28, 30 years old. I think it's beautiful. Those values mean a lot to me. That's the way that I was raised. There is a pride in your country that is very real. The pride that you have, you know you are in a special place. This is my home, and we'll welcome you in, but don't defile my home.
You know? Yeah, Mexico definitely feels very special.
Yeah. Come in and be part of us. Don't come in and take over. That is perfect.
And you said that, like, you know, you feel like best friends with like a lot of Mexican people, and your musicians, they are sessionists that are here in Mexico, right?
Say that one more time. I didn't quite understand.
So the musicians that you play with when you're here in Mexico, they are Mexicans, right?
Yes.
Have you like?
Absolutely. We had a flautist, Claudia Gonzalez, joined us many years ago and plays all of our concerts with us. 5 years ago, Gerardo Pozos on violin joined us. He's now a part. And for the first time tomorrow, I'll have an all Mexican band other than me. As our pianist, Dulce Luna, will join us for the concert tomorrow.
Cool. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, so these are the same. These are the same persons in the video, right?
No.
No. Okay.
All different. And we have our violinist who's in the United States, a flautist who played with us back in the 90s, Mark Balderas on piano, who wrote all the piano arrangements, and Steve Fuchsen, Human Drama's bass player, and myself. So wherever I am, we have our people.
Cool. A question just popped up in my head, and I think I want to ask you. You mentioned that you started off doing music, and you called your project or yourselves the Models, right?
The Models, yeah.
That was Could you tell us about that? Like why the Models, and why you changed the drop?
Well, I don't know why I can't remember why we picked the Models. I think someone was thinking about a model airplane or a model car or a model citizen. I don't know what we were thinking. It's been a long time. But I rapidly saw that we needed a different name for the project because of the type of thing. Yeah. And then when we got to California, there was an Australian band that had a hit on MTV, and they were called the Models, so we had to change. And I was so happy.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And that's how it happened.
And you write all your own lyrics, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
can you tell us about that? Like your writing process, like specifically lyrics.
Right, and just to let you know, we have like maybe about a few minutes left. So
good.
Yeah.
Good, because I don't have the greatest answer for this. I know it might sound strange. I really don't.
Okay.
All I can tell you is when something moves me, I start writing, but speaking what that feeling is.
Oh, wow.
And I'll just say that one time, one of our bigger songs is called The Waiting Hour Once Again. And for some reason, I was walking down the street and I just started saying over and over again, as if someone had been speaking to me. I just started saying, I know your heart is breaking. I know and that melody and those words hit me, and I turned around and I went home and I finished that line. And then I wrote the music to that line, and then I finished. how it happens, why it happens, but I respect the fact that it does. That's all.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, it's honestly like a real pleasure to talk to you.
Yes.
Because,
my pleasure.
Like it's all about art. Like we can really tell that like everything you're saying, it's just so honest.
So honest, genuine, and
deep.
yeah.
And yeah,
we really appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for so long, so it like you have so many gems to share.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
There's a lot of work. We left behind a lot of work.
And we also personally absolutely get what you mean by it. It's so much work to be a real artist. Yeah, and what it entails. And
that it is a fight. It really is a fight to protect your art and get yourself in the zone. Yeah.
If you're doing what you love, always do what you love, and the fight doesn't seem quite as bad. The fight seems justified if you're doing what you love. Truthfully, what you love.
Right.
Man. Well, we have like a few minutes left. We'd like to ask for some closing words, like to our viewers, and yes, if you can, please.
I'm surprised.
Sure.
Yeah.
I always say the same thing. Thank you for accepting me into your country. Everyone who listens to our music and all the new people that I'll eventually meet. It is such an honor and not taken for granted. So thank you, everyone in Mexico. Thank you guys for the great interview, and I hope to see you many more times.
Oh, thank you. And are we good? Do we have a couple more minutes?
No, I'm confused because usually Arthur will already chase us by now, but yeah, we still have a few more minutes. I suppose.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Could you tell us a bit about your second name, Indovina? Like, where is it from? Where like what's the story behind that?
Yeah,
it's an Italian name. They're originating in Sicily, and not many of us around. Never was many of us around.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds Latin, and we noticed that you have an album in Spanish. So we were wondering if you have, right?
Yes, a couple. You
Mementos.
In your discography, there were a couple of drops. Yeah. Mementos in El Tiempo.
Okay. But it was meant for like a Spanish audience, right? Even though everything else is in English.
The record label, it's called Moments in Time in the United States. So Momentos in El Tiempo. It's very simple. Sorry.
I see. Okay. Well, I thought you had Spanish songs for the Spanish audience. If you're Italian, you can only order.
We've been there. We know it.
Coke and a cigarette. That's about it.
So over here, while you're here in Mexico, like, you can get by, right? I mean, there are a lot of people who speak English, and it's cool.
I can get.
And they kind of, and they kind of open to people. I mean, Mexicans.
Yeah, foreigners. They are very welcoming.
Okay, let me ask you for just one.
Go ahead. Sure.
No, you go ahead. What were you going to say? They're forgiving, right? To people trying to speak Spanish.
They're very forgiving of lazy Americans, and I am a lazy American.
Okay, I'm going to be a bit obnoxious now and ask you for one last piece of maybe advice to musicians, who are probably maybe in that kind of mentality of like, I need to make it, or I want to be big, or things like that. And what would you say what advice would you give to people like that, musicians?
Well, of course, if you want to get rich and be a rock star, if that's your goal, I think it's really sad. I think it's very shallow. I don't consider that an artistic approach. It doesn't apply in my world. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. You would have better luck playing the lottery unless you come from a family with a lot of money and then just pay a bunch of people to let you do what you want to do. And it's a very weak situation to me.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't think a person who wants to make it and be a rock star deserves to have anyone's stereo playing their music.
Okay, and hearing what you just said, if being a musician and I honestly want to, go the path of the artist, what can I do? What steps can I take to start walking that path?
It was very different when I started, so I don't know what I would do if I started today. It would probably be very similar to the way that we did it, which is put yourself in front of people as soon as you have something, whether it's 5 songs, 10 songs, 3 songs. Put yourself in front of people and see how it communicates to them, and start feeling how it feels to share something, and then continue to work on your art and present it to whoever will listen, and let that process grow.
Right.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for joining us here. To everybody who wants to catch Johnny Indovina and Human Drama's new album, 10 Small Fractures, he'll be at Mix Up Loretto tomorrow.
Yes.
5 p.m. And afterwards you will do a signing, correct? So,
well, if somebody wants us to sign something, we will sign it.
Cool. So thank you so much
for
joining us here on That Foreign Show on ADR Networks. I'm Celestine Angel.
I'm Isaac Rakesh, and we have Johnny Indovina with us, and we are signing out. Peace.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac.